Hi, and welcome to my YouTube series entitled Pet Loss Support with Joanne. My name is Joanne Berg. I am an experienced counselor and a certified grief educator. I draw from my toolkit of many techniques I've learned over the years, and I gear them specifically to each client. I meet you where you're at. Today, I want to share something that is quite concerning for me and that I've been hearing from so many of my clients and from many people who have reached out through my website. Over this past Halloween long weekend, several people have contacted me saying that they experienced quite a few unexpected intense emotions. They were not prepared for how much pet loss grief can be activated over the holidays. One client told me, I thought I was okay, but when the Halloween decorations came out, it just hit me. I could almost see my dog sitting by the door again, waiting for the trick-or-treaters. He just passed away last year. Another wrote, I didn't expect Halloween to be so hard, but suddenly I was missing the way my cat curled up beside me while we were handing out candy. I just felt empty. Their words reflect what so many feel. Sometimes the grief returns before we expect it to. That's why I'm sharing this with you today. Because if you are watching and this is happening to you, I want to stress that you are not alone. So take heart. What you're feeling is normal, and your grief deserves to be witnessed without judgment. So I felt that I would address this in a video. I'm going to talk about one, why Halloween can activate such grief. Two, the buildup to the Christmas holidays can be harder than the actual holiday. Three, this grief is normal and it is often intertwined with other losses. Four, why does holiday grief hurt so deeply? And five, what may help you during this season? And six, finding meaning after loss. Now, Halloween is often thought of playful, and don't get me wrong, there are costumes, pumpkins, and lovely decorations, but for many, it may signal something far deeper. The year is nearing its end, this season is shifting, and the holidays are coming. That anticipation alone can stir up emotions. But when you've lost a pet or someone in your life, the emotional wave can feel even stronger. You may remember silly things like dressing up your pet, or more important things like walking together on crisp autumn evenings, greeting children at the door, or simply sharing a cozy autumn night together. When those traditions are gone, Halloween becomes a reminder of who is missing. Now, this is an excerpt from an email. I felt ridiculous for crying over a pumpkin on the porch, but it reminded me of how my dog used to try to sniff everything we put outside. That memory just opened the floodgates. Another, another said, everyone around me was having fun. Meanwhile, I felt like I was walking through a fog. Now, why is the build-up harder than the holiday? Many people tell me the anticipation feels worse than the actual day itself is going to be. From late October onwards, we're surrounded by decorations, music, family expectations, holiday commercials, and winter memories. Everything around you can remind you of your pet, and others for that matter, and the rituals you shared together. One of the emails that I read stated, it was seeing the ornaments in the stores already. I could feel the ache building weeks ahead, starting with this Halloween. As I have often said, and I want to stress to you all, this kind of grief is normal and is often intertwined with other losses. Pet loss grief doesn't sit alone. It often gets tangled with other losses: a spouse, a parent, a sibling, or a dear friend that you are missing, just to name a few. When one loss resurfaces and gets activated, others may come forward with it. One client said, "Losing my dog really brought back feelings of losing my husband. Suddenly, the house felt empty in every way." But grief doesn't mean you're going backwards. It means your heart is remembering, and that is deeply human. So, why does holiday grief in particular hurt so deeply? Our pets and others were woven into holiday rituals: opening presents, curled up under the dinner table, playing in the snow, traveling with you, and resting by the fire. Their presence helps shape your sense of home, belonging, and comfort. Without them, the season can feel bare, quiet, or painfully unfamiliar. One client told me, "I didn't realize how many of our holiday traditions revolved around Max until he wasn't here." An email shared, everyone was celebrating. I just felt wrong, like I was a step out of sync with the world. Remember that there is no wrong way to feel. Your grief is a reflection of your love. So please note that there are many ways that can be geared to you personally to help you so that they may resonate more for you. But let me help you in this journey, and this may be a start. Name what you're feeling so it's not swirling around you. Even quietly telling yourself the holidays are coming and this will be hard can soften the emotional burden. Give yourself permission to do things differently. You don't have to carry on with every tradition. It's okay to rest, say no, or create new rituals that feel gentler. Create moments of connection. You may try looking through photos if it feels right, donating to a charity in your pet's or loved one's name, or a simple keepsake. You may want to put a holiday picture with your pet on your phone. A client shared, "After talking to you, Joanne, I lit a candle for Luna on Halloween. It was simple, but I felt close to her again." So surround yourself with support, whether through a grief educator or one of my support groups. You don't have to carry this alone. One person said, "Talking to others who'd been there helped me breathe again." So honor what feels right this year. Maybe you keep some traditions, maybe you step away from others. Both are okay. There is no correct way to grieve or to experience the upcoming holidays. It's only your way. Now, moving forward and finding meaning doesn't mean forgetting. It means learning how to carry your love in a new way. Over time, many people will find, and I assure you that you will, that warmth returns. Memories feel gentle instead of sharp. Joy and grief can sit side by side. Be patient with yourself. Grief can be messy and can be activated by the simplest of things. I can help you in this journey. In closing, if the anticipation of the winter holidays feels really heavy this year, please remember, again, I stress that you are not alone. One client has said, I just needed to hear you reinforce that what I feel isn't wrong. Your grief makes sense. Your story deserves to be heard without judgment. Your love for your pet and others in your life lives on within you. Please subscribe and comment. I'd love to hear from you. What part of the holidays feels most challenging this year? What has helped you? Your voice may comfort someone who needs it, and in turn, you may feel comforted. Thank you for being here. You and your grief matter. Take care and see you next time.